G'day and welcome back to Down the Shed with Byron. Today I'm going to share a video on removing the intercooler off the Mazda CX7 to access the top of the engine. Tools for the job, just some basic sockets, pair of pointy nose pliers, screwdrivers, but things that make it handy. It's a trim removing tool and a, I don't know what you call that, a flexi screwdriver. I use it for radiator hoses. That is a really handy tool to use. To gain access to the intercooler, you've got a plastic force induction cover that you'll need to remove. There's a plug on each side that you will need to pop out. Now you can do this with a trim removing tool. Just place it underneath and that'll slowly pop it up. Or the flat blade screwdriver, just by gently rotating it and moving it up. With those plugs removed, just put it aside, you should be able to just wriggle the cover off. Now there's like two dowels, plastic dowels that go into the back of the firewall there that it locates on. The next stage will be to disconnect the intercooler piping that goes into the air intake and the discharge line from the turbo. To undo these hose clamps, a 10mm socket and a little ratchet. Or otherwise you can use a Phillips head screwdriver and undo the clamps. With both those clamps undone and loose, it's time to move on to the blow-off valve. So just some nose pliers, hold the clamp in, just wiggle it back, put it back like that. Pull the hose off. Just move it out of the way for now. Also another hose on the inside. Once that clamps off, just make sure it's movable. There we go. Slides off. And that should just pop out the way as well. There's only 3 nuts that hold this intercooler down. So there's 2 at the front and there's 1 at the back. With a 12mm socket, you'll be able to undo these. I found with a 12mm deep socket was easier to get to this rear one. With all that disconnected, with a slight persuasion and a little wriggle, you should be able to get them to pop off. With the intercooler off, what I like to do now is either put a glove over the pipework to stop any dirt or debris getting in there, or a bit of alfoil tape or tape just over each port, because you don't know how long you got it off for or what might get in. You can also use a rag, just place it over the top, put a cable tie or a bit of tape around it. I wouldn't advise of putting rags into air intakes, and I'm telling you that from experience. End up having to pull the engine apart again. That's what happens. All right, well, basically now you've gained access to the top of your engine to do whatever you need to do. And once you've done what you've had to do, I'd just give the intercooler a bit of a blowout, so any debris that's in there or grime. It's a reverse procedure. Obviously take your rags or glove or tape off, refit your intercooler, do those clamps up firm and go from there. Hope this video helps you out and yeah, take it easy.